it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today. Today is Inspire Create Challenge Day. And we have a very special challenge for you today because there is a blank sheet of paper. Today's challenge is basically anything you want it to be. Now, today I got to post the blog post for the Inspire Create Challenge group. We take it, there's 3 of us that take it in turns, and mine was today. So I've already seen what everybody else has done, and trust me when I tell you, they are stunning. We've got scrapbook pages, we've got cards, we've got all sorts. So this is my card. I'm going to do a slightly different version of it. And of course, I've just realised I haven't got my card base ready, because that would be too sensible, really, wouldn't it? So I'm doing a slightly different version, and apparently I'm going to have to cut my card base because I'm going to do it with a black background. So let me just grab my black cardstock. It's very easy. It's in the drawer below my desk, so nothing difficult there. That will be sufficient. So let me just cut that so it's the right size. So let me just cut that at about 14.8 centimetres. And whoops, I might be at the point where I need to change the blade in my trimmer. It comes to all of us. Right, and I need to score that at 10.5. So there we go, and there is our card base. Hurrah! Right. Okay, after which, just crease that properly. So I'm using an old favourite. It is Hearts Come Home and the matching Hometown Greetings dies. This was new in last year's autumn winter catalogue and has carried over. So we've got 3 dies that do hills, 1 little die, and then this is a tag topper, and then some stars. So I have already cut a piece of shimmer white, and I've chosen shimmer white as much as anything because it has got that slight twinkle in it, and I thought for a snow scene that would be jolly nice. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces, one from each end of my cardstock. So, and I've cut my cardstock so that it is 3 3/8 of an inch wide, which is the widest of the 2 pieces that I've got here. So let me just run this one through first, and then I will run the other end through. So I hope you enjoyed the online extravaganza. I know a lot of people did. My inbox was going into overload with everyone making the most of the discounts, because why wouldn't you? That's not to say that there still aren't lots and lots of wonderful things to get, because there are. It's just that the online extravaganza has gone. Now, there were some things that sold out quite quickly. It wasn't necessarily that they sold out. It's just that the amount of stock that had been allocated to the extravaganza went. And once it went, then, you know, once it's gone, it's gone. So let's just get this out. I do like this brush. It does help with these more intricate dies to get all those little bits out, or most of them anyway. So that's that one done. And if I swizzle round and put the other one on the other end, we will then be pretty much good to go. And there's not that much more to do once we've done that. So let me just do that. Okay. And just get our brush again and if you haven't got one of these and you have a die cutting machine, please get one. They are amazing. Oh, I'm going to have to actually pop that through again, I think. Sometimes, I've used this die so many times that sometimes it does just catch a wee bit. So let's just do that again. And I use it at class and all those good things, so it does get quite a lot of abuse. That looks better. Yep. Much better. They're very easy to line up again, so it's not a problem. Let's get those last couple of bits out, and then we are good to go. Right, get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, this is then a really quick card to put together. Famous last words. So, our church is going to go pretty much the whole way to the top, and let's put it on the actual card we're going to make, shall we? To judge that, I just place that piece, or that end of the piece, on the cardstock. Or the card, should I say, and then just mark where I want that to be. And I want it slightly short. And then I'll cut that and then cut the second piece. So let's line that up. And get rid of that blade. There we go. So that's for that end. And I'm actually going to trim this down a little on the sides. And then this piece we need so that it's kind of there. It's a pretty imprecise science. I do want everything to show from the top. So if I line that up there, because that's sort of the tallest, and then have it slightly longer, and that should be good to go. Okay, so, oh, and I did say I was going to trim this one down just very slightly, and it's the reason I do that is it's then just easier to not have to worry. I'm going to turn it over because I actually want to trim it this side. Then I know it won't stick out from behind the front piece. So it's nothing more than that. It's just so that when I put them together, I've got a little bit of wiggle room, so that I'm not having to line things up too precisely. Now, this piece is really easy to put down because all we have to do is pop some glue on the back. So that is easy. The piece on top is slightly trickier because we want it raised. So the only thing we have to be careful about with this is that we've got all the bits that might catch. So the tops of roofs, that sort of thing, tops of doors, tops of trees. But other than that, it's a really easy thing to glue. Let's pop a little bit there, a bit there, oh, and a little bit on the bell. Right, so this, then, I just thought it would be fun to try it with the black and the pink. So this is going to be slightly up from the bottom and slightly in from the sides from what is normal for me. And then, if you ever wondered what to do with your enormous great big block, that is really useful. So this piece we need to emboss. So the first thing we need is some embossing buddy, just to make sure we haven't got any nasty sticky fingerprints, and our embossing powder. Now, I used the Joy to the World on the original. I'm going to put Merry and Bright on this one, which I've got mounted up already. Actually, I'll do it this way around. So all I'm going to do is just in the top, make sure it's the right way up, always a plan, in the top corner, I'm just going to stamp that down, and then dabble it into our silver embossing paper. Embossing powder, that's the word I'm looking for. It's not a difficult word, powder. Apparently it is when you've not plugged your brain in. Right. Okay, and then just get a paintbrush. If you've got any little bits that have caught, just brush those away, because you do not want stray bits, but you want a dry, reasonably good paintbrush. Don't go for anything too scratchy. It does seem to work better with a reasonable quality paintbrush. Right, I'm just going to warm up my heat tool and grab my ever faithful cheese board. And then apologies for the noise. And that is that. So really easy. Just pop that back. Okay, so now we come to the fiddly bit, and I'm going to kind of gloss over that to a degree, because what you need to do is now get dimensionals on the back, and this is really rather a fiddle. So I'm not going to fiddle completely. I'm just going to put some in, you know, a few places, but I would put them here, little strips here, but for the sake of speed on the video and your patience, I think that might be a step too far. So just bear with me on that. I will just clip one piece. Let's see, that'll do. Because I need to have something at the top of all of the houses, otherwise they are going to be in the breeze rather. So I've got a tiny weeny slither of dimensional. Just pop right at the, right at the very top there. And as I say, I would do a bit of a jigsaw puzzle on this, but you know, there are limits. Just one there, and that I think I will call that, apart from obviously the easier ones. Now, before I get too far, I do need to sort out my ribbon, because I need a piece of ribbon to go across this. So there we go. And some tear and tape. Just need a couple of pieces of tear and tape for the ends. One, two, and this is the black shimmer ribbon. I used the powder pink on the original because it was a powder pink card, and obviously because I'm now doing a basic black card, I'm using basic black, or black. So yes, just really to see the difference, because I think we're going to find it really quite different. But it just really shows how with the same basic design you can get completely different cards. So yeah, why not? Why not, I say, why not? Right. Okay, so let's use the lines that we have been provided with, and there. Get the card straight, that would be a plan. It's a bit like watching paint dry, really, isn't it? Gosh, I'm making a meal out of this. Right, let's do one end and then we can do the other. Now, I've deliberately not done that too tight because the next thing I'm going to do is take my ribbon and tie a half knot around the ribbon that's already there. So it does make this piece a little bit shorter. You don't want it too tight, otherwise it's just not a good look. And then just trim that at an angle. Trim that at an angle. Get rid of that. Pop some dimensionals on the back. And as I say, I would have covered this pretty much with dimensionals, particularly up the top here, so that it was properly supported. But for the sake of speed on the video, I'm not going to put you through the agony. But this is an ideal moment to use up the little trimmings. They really do work perfectly for these sorts of things. Oh, come along. Come along. Okay, then grab our card and just pop this, oops, on the top, like that. Then we've just got one last thing we need to do, which is grab a liner, because writing on black is a bit of a challenge. So I'm going to grab that house, I think, and a block. And a smoky slate, and just ink up my little house and pop that in the bottom corner. Just so there's something on the inside, because we've obviously got our sentiment effectively on the outside. And snail would be nice. There we go. Oops. Snail complete with cat fur. 'Twas ever thus. And just pop that inside. And there we go. So we've got our pink version with a little pink house, and our black and white version. So two very different looks, basically the same card. I hope you enjoyed that. Do have a go at today's Inspire Create Challenge. There is no theme. So it's, you know, basically just do whatever you want. We would just love to see your projects. So please have a go. Oh, I know what I missed out. Oh, I missed out the stars. Can't miss out the stars. But yes, do have a go. Because, as I say, it would be lovely to see your projects. If you go over to my blog, there is a link there to the Inspire Create Challenge group page, and you can then just take part and share your ideas with us, which would be lovely, and you never know, you might win. We have a winner each time. So, yeah. Right, there we go. Now it's finished. Perfect. Thank you very much indeed for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again very soon.